In this video, I'm going to go over creating a class diagram. So I'm going to base it off of the boss class that comes from our example. And what I'm going to do is over on the side of the code space, you will notice that we have a design section, and in there we have this thing called class diagram.draw.io. So Draw.io is a program that lets you draw all kinds of charts that are useful in computer science, and one of them is this thing called a class diagram. I'm actually just going to split my screen, so I'm just going to actually click here so that we have one of the draw.io, and then we have our class over on the side, and I'm just going to collapse that so we can watch what I'm doing. So the way a class diagram works is it's broken into three sections. The first one is the class name, which in our case is just called boss. So I'm just going to double click and put the name at the very top. It goes at the top in bold, centered, so that everybody knows what the class is about. The next are our fields or properties, and you'll notice ours are going to start with a minus sign. A minus sign means that they are private. If they were protected, it would be a number sign or a hashtag. And if for some reason, which would be extremely unusual, if it was public, which you would probably never make your fields, then it would be a plus sign, not a minus. So our first one is private. Its name is called, oddly enough, name, and the variable type is a string. So people know that our boss class is going to have a property, it's going to be called name, and the type of the variable is going to be string. I'm just going to hold down the shift key and press enter, and we're now going to add our next one. You can grab these little circles and make them bigger so that the space increases. So our next one is private once again. It's called health, and it's of type integer. So it's health, you put a colon, and you can just put int for integer. Our next one is strength. It is obviously also private. As I mentioned, you would normally only have private variables as your fields. It's strength, and once again, it is an integer. And our last one, just going to have to increase the size of our box a little long here. Our last one is also private. It is called experience. And it is also an integer. So we have the class name, then we have all of our fields or properties, and then after that we put our methods, including our constructor. You'll notice that the constructor is public, so I put a plus sign. Then we put the method name, which would be boss. Inside the brackets, we put any parameters that are being passed in. In our case, nothing is being passed in, and then you put the type that is being passed out, and in our case, nothing is being passed out either. So I'm just going to start by increasing this section a little. There we go. And let's get started. So the first one is boss. Because it is the constructor, it is actually capitalized, unlike all our other methods. What is being passed in? Nothing, so we just delete it. And what's being passed out? Nothing, so we can just put null. You would normally not just leave it blank. You would tell the person that nothing is being passed back. Our first method is actually a getter. So it's going to be public. So we put a plus sign. It's called get name. Once again, nothing is being passed in and nothing is being passed out. Our next one is actually a setter, and it's set name. Once again, it is public. It's called set name. The thing that is being passed in is called boss name. And the variable is of type string. You will notice that we're running out of space here. That's okay, we're going to fix that in a minute. And the thing that is being passed back is null. You could also put void if you want. I've started already putting null, so I'll just carry on putting null. So you'll notice that it's chopped off, it's too big. So if we just go into our little box here and get that little arrow where we can increase the size, you'll notice our overall box completely will increase, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, our next method is called getHealth. Once again, it's public. Forgot to put a space there. getHealth, nothing is being passed in and nothing is being passed out. Our next one is public also, setHealth. What is being passed in? The variable name is called new health, and the type is an integer, and nothing is being passed out. Our next one, once again, is public. It is called getStrength. Nothing is being passed in, and nothing is being passed out. And you'll notice we're going to have to make this a little bigger. We're just going to write it, and then we'll fix that. So our last one is called set boss strength. Boss strength is being passed in. It is an integer, and nothing is being passed out. So this one's super long, so we're definitely going to have to increase our size out here a little, and we're also going to have to increase it down slightly. And there we go. I'm just going to close this so we can zoom in and see our final class diagram. I did this kind of backwards just so you could see what I was doing. You would not normally write your class in code and then create the class diagram. Obviously, the class diagram comes first so that during your design process, you can understand the name of your class, what the properties are, and what all their methods are, what's being passed in and out, all the names of the methods, all the names of the parameters and the types. So everything is set before you even try to start to code.